welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming another tag video. It's called the 8 Guilty Pleasures tag, and I was tagged by Christy C Makeup, so thank you for tagging me. I was watching her video just like less than an hour ago, and I thought it would be a fun video to film while I'm here because I'm just kind of sitting around waiting to meet my husband for lunch, and it's not makeup related, so I don't have a lot of makeup with me here, so that kind of limits the kinds of videos that I can film while I'm here. So I thought this would be a fun one and a fun way to get to know me a little better. So there are 8 questions, and let's get started. The first question is, what TV show do you love but shouldn't confess to? And I would say this isn't so much a problem for me anymore because we don't get cable, or we get like 3 or 5 channels maybe over the air, but I never go on there. And I know when people say that, they sound like assholes, and I don't mean to say that I never watch TV because I still do watch a lot of TV. I just watch it on Netflix, on Hulu. I have HBO to go now, so now the shows that I watch are things that I pick out, and I don't get sucked into things that I shouldn't, basically. But you know, back when I had cable, you know, if I saw an episode of a reality show and there was a marathon on, I would just get sucked in, and even though I hate it and I know it's fake and stupid, I couldn't stop watching it. So in college I got sucked into like the Real Housewives of New York for a couple years. I used to watch The Biggest Loser a lot, and I feel guilty about that one kind of just because I've read a lot of like articles and stuff about former contestants talking about how it's not really the healthiest, best place in the world, as they kind of make it out to be. So that I've watched when I was babysitting last year. 19 Kids and Counting was always on during the kids' nap time, so I would always end up watching that. And I mean, I was always so fascinated by them. They're just so crazy, and you know, I don't like supporting them as a family, really. I mean, in light of recent events, obviously, but even before that, you know, they were very politically active, you know, spreading lies about the LGBT community and stuff like that. So I felt guilty watching that show, I guess. Not to get political or anything, but that's another one that comes to mind. But you know, now I really like not having cable or TV now because I don't end up watching things not on purpose, if that makes any sense. So I mean, the shows I watch now on purpose, I don't really feel guilty about any of them. But yeah, so that's my answer for the first question. Number 2 is food you eat what? And this one was kind of hard for me to think of. I mean, I'm really into health and nutrition, but I do like junk food too, so I don't really feel guilty about that. But I'd say the thing that I like to eat that being here in the UK has really reminded me of is I really love Vegemite, and I bought some Marmite here, and I really can't tell the difference. I haven't had Vegemite for a while, but when I studied abroad in Australia, I really kind of fell in love with Vegemite cheese toast, and that's like pretty much the only way I eat it, or I will put it on a cracker with cheese or something. But I know that probably grosses a lot of people out, but I've had Marmite cheese toast since I've been here, and I really, really love it. And if you don't know what that is, maybe I'll go grab it. It's like, I'll go get it. Alright, so I just got it. It is basically like a yeast extract. It's like this brown, it looks disgusting. It doesn't even smell, I mean, I kind of like the smell now, but it's this brown, kind of sticky, sort of like a molassesy texture, but a little thicker than that, I would say. And it smells very salty. It's very umami flavored. But what I do is I take some toast, I spread a very thin layer of this on it, and then I put some cheese, just really thinly sliced cheese on top, put it under the broiler until the cheese kind of melts and gets a little bubbly. And it is so, so good. I love it, and I know a lot of people aren't into it, but this is probably one of my guilty pleasures. Number 3 is music you love but others just cringe at, and kind of the same thing with TV. I just don't feel guilty about the things I like anymore. I guess the closest thing I would say is when I work out, which I mean, I do work out now, but when I used to run and stuff, I really liked to listen to like poppy, dancey, upbeat music, and that's not really what I'm usually into, but you know, lots of Britney Spears, Rihanna, Beyonce, I love Taylor Swift now, who I never used to like either, but I don't really feel guilty about any of that. I mean, I don't care if you think I'm cool or not, but that is the stuff I used to kind of consider my guilty pleasures, but I'm into all kinds of music now. I listen to a lot of indie rock kind of singer-songwriters, alt country, folky kind of stuff. I don't know. I listen to everything. I even listen to some rap and hip hop, which I used to not be into, but now, like, I just don't feel guilty about anything that I listen to. So I'm sure something, like Christy said, you know, something I mentioned might make you cringe, but it is what it is. I like what I like. I like to listen to stupid pop songs sometimes, and I don't think anyone should feel guilty about that. Number 4 is my guilty online habit, and that's definitely YouTube. In the past year, I've just been obsessed with YouTube. I watch it every day, and you know, it's basically only makeup videos, and I think that from the outside, that sounds crazy. I know you guys get it, but you know, my husband thinks it's weird that I watch so many videos about makeup, you know, over and over and over, and kind of just even having my own channel is my guilty YouTube or my guilty online habit. Like, I don't tell people in real life that I've made a YouTube channel because I think that, like, people that don't understand like being obsessed with makeup and then being obsessed with panning would find it's kind of weird to say, oh, I make videos on YouTube about how much of my makeup I use up like in a week or in a month, or you know, and I show people my garbage and talk about it. Like, I feel like people outside of this kind of beauty community just wouldn't get it, and it sounds weird, and I think it is kind of weird, but I like it, and so I know you guys like it too. So I would say that's kind of my guilty online habit. Like, I feel like I go through phases online where there's a website where I'm kind of totally obsessed with and spend all my online time with, and right now that is YouTube for sure. Number 5 is what I love to wear but shouldn't, and I guess the best answer for this is probably yoga pants. I know a lot of people are against wearing yoga pants all the time, but I feel like in the past couple years I've reverted to wearing like my workout clothes, my yoga pants like all the time. If you don't know, I'm done with grad school now. I'm about to start an internship, so I will be dressing more professionally, but I was in grad school, and people did dress up more for class in grad school, but when I was done with those classes, I did have to take some more undergrad classes that I missed since I kind of switched majors from what I have my undergrad degree in. So I was back in the undergrad environment, and you know, everyone was wearing like sweatpants and dressed down a lot. So basically my routine every day was, you know, I worked out at my gym, I worked there too, I babysat there, I went to class, I nannied, and you know, I was just at home. And the kid I nannied, he loved to run around. We would go to the park, and like, I just didn't like, if I wore a dress, he would be like, why are you wearing a dress? Like, we're going to play outside, like, what are you doing? So I just ended up wearing like my workout clothes all the time, because you know, I would get sweaty at nannying, like running around the park. I was working out also, and then just hanging out at home, so I was wearing yoga pants, t-shirts, sweatshirts, like all the time. And that's gonna change now, but that is probably what I would say the clothes I like to wear but shouldn't. And also at home, when I'm home alone, I like to just not wear pants. And my husband thinks it's really weird. I mean, I obviously wouldn't do it if my roommate was home, but as soon as I get home, my jeans are off. I don't like, you know, I just want to be comfortable. I mean, sometimes I wear pajama pants, but a lot of times I'll just not wear pants, and maybe I should feel guilty about that, but I don't think I should. I'm in my own house, who cares? But I'm wearing pants right now, if you were worried about it. But number 6 is a movie you should not love so much, but you do. And this is kind of hard for me. I am not a big movie person. I much prefer watching like TV shows and stuff like that to movies. But there's a couple, I guess, that come to mind. My husband loves bad movies, like movies that are so bad they're kind of good, and I've kind of gotten into that as well. We have a bad movie club where our friends come over. We try to do it once a month, and we watch a bad movie or two. I really love the podcast How Did This Get Made? So I I will listen to it without watching the movie that they're talking about, but I also do watch the movies they talk about a lot. So I have gotten kind of more into that recently, but one bad movie that I really love is called Untamed Heart. My husband and I watched it because there is a restaurant we go to that had a big poster of it in, like, it's a movie theater, I guess, slash restaurant, and they have a big poster of it, and we thought it had been filmed there or something, so we decided to watch it. It was filmed in Minneapolis, and it is just completely terrible. So this movie is about Christian Slater and Marissa Tomei. It was filmed in Minneapolis, which is kind of why we watched it, and it was kind of fun to see different places we recognize, but the movie is like bonkers crazy. Basically what happens is Marissa Tomei works, she's a waitress in a restaurant, and one day she's going home, and some customers kind of follow her and are harassing her and basically try to rape her. And Christian Slater, who also works in the restaurant but like never talks to anyone, sees what was going on and saves her, and it turns out that he's been basically stalking her in a very creepy way, but she doesn't find it creepy at all. There's this one part where he's like, you know, when I brought you home the other day after he saved her, that's not the first time I've been, I don't know if it's not the first time I've been in your bedroom or something like that, or at your house, because I sometimes watch you sleep. And like, if anybody said that to you, he would be like, holy shit, you're crazy, like, I'm calling the police. But she finds it so romantic, and it's just crazy. That movie is insane. I won't talk about it anymore because I really recommend watching it because it's kind of entertaining, but that is one. And then when I was growing up, I had Buffy the Vampire Slayer is one of my all-time favorite TV shows, and I really love Sarah Michelle Gellar, so she was in a movie called Simply Irresistible, and I had it on VHS, and it is also terrible. I don't really remember a lot about it, but it's a romantic comedy, and she's a chef, and whatever she's feeling when she cooks food, like, goes into the food, and then so when she's crying and she makes something, everyone in the restaurant eats it and starts crying, and it doesn't make any sense. They never explain why this happens. There's no reasoning behind it, and it's just terrible, but I used to watch it all the time because I had it on VHS, and I would just watch it. So that's another movie that is not good, but I used to watch all the time. Number 7, a funny habit that people comment on, and I guess I twirl my hair a lot. I kind of like will do this all the time when I'm just sitting bored, or not just spacing out, or I tie my hair into knots kind of the same way, like stuff, and I know that annoys a lot of people, but I can't really help it. That's just kind of what I do sometimes. So I do it more when I'm stressed out, I think, or I have anxiety about something, but also just if I'm bored and just, watching TV or just sitting, my hand drifts over and I start doing that. So that is probably a guilty habit that I have. Number 8 is a makeup love that you look but is just so wrong. And I couldn't really think of anything for this. I really love, I follow a lot of makeup artists who do kind of like funkier out there looks. I really love like Jake Kissa and trying to think of other people, but just like using weird colors. But I think it's really pretty, and I would probably never do it myself, but I really respect them for like pulling that off. But I mean, I don't think it's so wrong, so I don't know. But I do appreciate those kinds of looks, but it's not something I like to do, but I appreciate other people doing it. So like wearing black lipstick or blue lipstick or all that kind of out there stuff, I think is really cool. I don't feel like I could pull that off, but I appreciate other people pulling it off, and I would never judge someone for walking down the street with like mint green lipstick or something. So yeah, that's it for this video. It was really fun to answer these questions. So if you have a channel and you want to do this video, I think you should. I just tag everyone who wants to do it, and if you don't have a channel and you just kind of want to answer one or two of the questions in the comments below, I think that would be really fun too. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.